let's go ahead and get this started here. Welcome to another Rant and Chill here on Tuesday night. Is the night? It is a Tuesday night for real. What are we going to talk about here? Well, I mean, Band-Maid is going to be on the Guns N' Roses tour, at least for Japan. Guns N' Roses is touring in Japan, and part of that bill is Band-Maid. That's really what I'm excited about. Guns N' Roses for me is like, okay, they were cool. They're not for me. Like, I guess I respect it as far as like what it led to, as far as other harder bands and other heavy bands, but. I'm not interested in a Guns N' Roses concert. However, I am interested in a Band-Maid concert. And I told the story that I had to make a decision between going to a family event that I couldn't get out of, or going to see Band-Maid, and I had to go to the family event. I'm sorry, it just is what it is. Let's see other things. We'll talk about the Gaijin boys, the Gaijin guys. They've been exposed for not paying close attention to what's going on. I'm just beefing. I found it funny. And they found it funny too. I enjoy it when people are willing to laugh at themselves. We'll get into that. We're also going to talk about Darrell Brooks. That whole case is a fiasco. Is lovely. I'm loving it. It is pure entertainment. It is pure entertainment. It is. I don't know if you've been paying attention to Darrell Brooks, but it is great. It is. The trial is just lovely. For really, like, at his expense, like, he doesn't know. He thinks he's the smartest person in the room, but really, like, he's a complete idiot and so totally insufferable. Totally insufferable. What else? What else we're gonna get into? Might, if we have time. Oh, Eckankar. Eckankar is completely dumb. If you believe in Eckankar, if you follow Eckankar, you are in a cult, and get yourself checked out. Get yourself some help. If you believe that some guy, like some random guy who clearly looks like a sleazy con artist businessman, is going to give you the path to salvation, and through that path is you have to worship him and follow his teachings, you're being conned. If you fall for that, then you are the right type of stupid. You are the right type of stupid to buy a beachfront property in Kansas or some shit. Fucking shit. The trial makes my blood boil. Now, let me ask you this. Anyone out there following the hashtag justice for Darrell Brooks? Because I saw that Reddit post. I caught that Reddit post late. We're going to get into that here. First, let me rewind. All right. Get into some of the more the quick things, and then we'll get into Darrell Brooks, okay? All right, we'll take care of the little appetizers. We'll get into Darrell Brooks here, okay? First thing first. Yes, Guns N' Roses is going to Japan. No surprise there, okay? Well, it's actually kind of surprising that Axl Rose is holding it together long enough to actually do that. And one of the bands that's going to be playing is Band-Maid. That's great. Awesome. Why would anyone be concerned about that? No one would be concerned about that, right? It'd be amazing. However, what if, like, Guns N' Roses doesn't, what if Axl Rose throws a fit, okay, and the show gets canceled, whatever? Then whatever. Like, then Band-Maid will be able to take the stage and play, right? I mean, it'd be a great venue. It'd be a great way for other people who, now see, I'm catching myself here. Because what Guns N' Roses fan is going to go out to Japan to check out Guns N' Roses, right? That's not happening. I mean, you would have to be a hardcore Guns N' Roses fan for that to happen. I'm thinking it's really people in Japan that are obviously into Guns N' Roses, so go check it out. And if they're into Guns N' Roses, they probably already like Band-Maid. But maybe they don't. Maybe they haven't heard of them. And sure, it's only going to help them. Band-Maid is hustler right now. I mean, they're going on a nice U.S. tour at the moment, and they're doing great, and the shows are doing well. I'm enjoying watching the clips that I can. Watching Misa crack open a beer after she's done, even throw liquor into the audience. Hey, I'm cool with that. I'll gladly, shit, man. People be fighting over those bottles. People be fighting. Anyway, let's talk about the Gaijin Guys. The Gaijin Guys. Okay, so this channel is essentially a reaction channel to Japanese music. It started with, I think it started with Baby Metal, Love Bites. Eventually went to, Gotrek Spin, Unlucky Morpheus. I'm trying to hit them all, really. There's some other names. There's a lot of bands that I watched through this thing, but there's another channel that's very similar. Actually, they're more like technical as far as like describing the music side of things. Let me go ahead and put this here. They've been exposed. They exposed themselves for, I guess, not doing their homework, for not paying attention or not staying up to, I guess, what's happening here. The Gaijin Guys exposed. Let's watch this video.
Ryan, what do you think about these new releases and stuff that have come out? You check out any?
I don't think.
What do you think about these new releases? And they don't know a thing. Exposed.
I heard a lot of the stuff you're just talking about.
Me and Ryan are just trying to survive through this stream.
Everyone's dying today. I'm sorry, guys.
So what I'm getting here, the one guy with a button-up shirt is actually going to the stream as if he's doing his job. He's prepared. He's ready to go. The other guys look kind of sleepy-eyed. One's wearing a hat because he probably has like bedhead or whatever. I mean, come on. Clearly, we know who's trying to be professional here, and he's like, "What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing?"
Hang on. It's like,
my head is like squeezing itself into a pulp.
Yeah, I mean, let's just give ourselves a little credit. We come here on Sunday fucking mornings, bro. Last night was Saturday night. We do this every Sunday morning.
Whoa, no.
A Sunday morning stream, that is hard to do. If you do a Sunday morning stream, it better be like a brunch stream. Better be kind of lazy, kick back, relax. We could be like, guys, did you do your homework last night? Last night was Saturday, bro. I got drunk as fuck. Last night was Saturday. You know what I was doing? I was pounding beers, man. Pounding beers. That's what I was doing. Shit.
No, I'm not going to give you credit because it's 11 a.m. for you. It's 11 a.m. For me, it's 9 a.m.
It's 12:30 right now. But I get your
Hey,
point.
Champ was up for the early morning stream on Friday.
Hey, that's true. And he was alive. He was way more alive than today, so no excuses.
I didn't get home.
I just mean,
2 a.m.
I mean, as a general excuse for.
So instead of talking about the new releases, they're like, oh, we got to come up with an excuse. What's going on here? What's going on? Okay, and we're back. We lost connection for a little bit, but I will say this. As a reaction channel, essentially that's what this channel is. Though it's probably going to be moving into more a side of reaction with some internet drama and some other things going on, topical pieces. As a reaction channel, it's hard to keep up with everything, especially if there's a lot of bands that are interested in. It's hard to keep up with all the new releases. Like, do you think these guys have like they might have a list, but do you think they have it set to where like Google automatically alerts them whatever when something comes out? Do you think they no? Maybe the host does. Maybe the what is where the button-up shirt does, but the other guys they got lives, man. They got lives. Right? They got Saturday nights. Okay, that's what's going on. They got a family. They got a job. All right. It's hard. It's tough. Look, man. Sometimes there's maybe there's a new release. You miss it. It is what it is. Shit. Sometimes like you find yourself paying attention to new releases of bands that don't really bring you any traffic. You just do it out for the love. That's cool too. That's kind of what I do sometimes. Anyway, but I will say this. I don't have any beef with these guys. If you like breakdowns in a more technical way, like these guys are actually musicians. They actually play. They can kind of give you that analysis there. All right. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about Darrell Brooks. Let's do that. Let's move to Darrell Brooks here. Darrell Brooks, the guy in Wisconsin that ran over a bunch of kids last November. If you remember this, let me remind you. Last November, a pissed off black guy. I'm just throwing it out there because he's black. Okay, I'm not being racist. He is a black guy. Okay, if he was an Asian guy, I would say Asian guy. White guy, I would say white guy. Wow, it's a new moon. I think a witch is casting a nuclear spell, and that was what's coming out there. It's affecting me. All the burps. Sorry. I pissed off a lot of witches the previous stream. You don't understand. I got to take this stuff very serious. But yeah, last November, a pissed off black guy decided to take his rage out on a Christmas parade. You had a bunch of families with kids ready to go and march down this street to celebrate Christmas, celebrate the holidays. And this pissed off black guy just was like, he wanted to run them all over. And you know what's crazy about this is like, this guy did this. Like, if you really look at it, Darrell Brooks did this because he wanted to. Darrell Brooks did this because he wanted to, and he thought he could get away with it, okay? There was something about posts where he's like, oh, you can do this, get away with it. Like, Darrell Brooks is a complete psychopath. He is a complete homicidal psychopath, all right? And racist, too, because he just mowed down a bunch of white people for the sake of doing that. Okay, that's what happened there. And in fact, I remember reading posts from Darrell Brooks, completely racist fucking shit, okay? All right? So he runs them all over. The bodies go flying up in the air like he's a bowling ball hitting bowling pins, okay? All right? And he runs them over hardcore. There's a lot dead and there's a lot injured. A year later, almost a year later, what happens? Now we have a trial. And on this trial, Darrell Brooks is representing himself because, I mean, make a show of it, right? Representing himself, and he calls forth the witnesses. He brings up witnesses, which are the parents of the victims, people that were there that were victimized, and one way or the other, okay? And he questions them in the most insidious, like it's like baffling the way he tries to examine them, the way he tries to question them. It's like I'm surprised none of the witnesses that he called forth to the stand didn't try to strangle him there. Didn't try, because even my upload speed is like 15. My download speed, which doesn't count for streaming, but my upload speed is like 13 during that little blip. What is going on? Why does it sometimes like just lose connection like that? It's so weird. It's so weird. And it's not spells. It's not witches. That doesn't make any sense. Let's be real here. Let's be practical. But yeah. Yeah, so the witnesses will be like, yeah, it's looking right at you. It's you, Darrell Brooks. And Darrell Brooks will be like, I don't recognize that name. I don't go by that name, even though it's the name on this fucking driver's license, okay? Like, Darrell Brooks is trying to take the whole sovereign citizen route to this whole thing. Like, how do you know that's even me? I don't even recognize the name. That's not even me, bro. It's like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? It makes no sense. He even tried to do the whole, who's the petitioner? Okay. It's so stupid. So fucking stupid. No, it's not a petitioner. Who's the plaintiff? Who's the plaintiff? Okay. All right. Like, he's going to outsmart his way through this whole thing. All right. It's a great show. It is a great, entertaining show. If you want to see someone just dig their own grave repeatedly, like getting deeper and deeper, trying to outsmart the judge, to the point to where he gets grounded, to the point to where he gets sent to another courtroom. A point to where he not only does he get sent to another courtroom, but apparently gets so pissed off at the judge, he makes a freaking box fort to hide himself from the judge. I don't know, man. It doesn't make any sense. But we reached the point to where now it's going to the jury, and dude, there's no way it's not a guilty verdict. You know what? If I was part of that jury, if I was on that jury, I'd be like, dude, it's guilty just for the fact that he wasted our fucking time. It's not only is he guilty for murdering all those kids, he's guilty for wasting all of our fucking time. All right? That's what this is. That's what I would say. Dude, if I was on the jury, the moment we get into the room, we're like, so we're all saying it's guilty, right? I mean, clearly he did it. Clearly he did it, right? Are we just gonna like give a few minutes to make it look like, you know, we don't want to jump to conclusions, right? I mean, we don't want him to think we're racist or anything, because that's probably what the angle he's gonna say. You know, that's the angle he's gonna say, right? All right, the angle he's gonna use. He'd be like, oh, you don't only just because of black, whatever. So no. So we'll give us some time, and just say guilty. That's it. Now, supposedly, I mean, this happened, but supposedly a juror posts something on Reddit. Okay, and let's watch that here. Let's watch this, and it should be great. Should be great. Let's see.
Provided to me, which was an email, and then the attachment, which is a color print off. Looks like the person took a screenshot.
Oh, let me say this too. This judge, this mommy judge, this MILF, is extremely patient. This Jennifer R. Darrow is extremely patient with Darrell Brooks. Like, there is something wrong with this connection. There's something. Are we good? Okay. Anyway, I was saying good things about this judge. She was extremely patient. You might say, if you caught this case, that she made it more trouble than what it's worth. Like, re-explain things to Darrell like he's 5. Kind of go over things over and over again. I mean, to the point where, look, Darrell Brooks is literally arguing if the court even has jurisdiction because of Commonwealth or whatever, some bullshit. Okay, he's really doing the sovereign citizen shit. He's really trying to do that. And it's like, it's arguments that get you, that the purpose to try to just fuck you up and derail everything. And she's not entertaining it. She'll just say it's meritless or whatever, but she'll just re-explain like a fucking teacher, like a school teacher, over and over again. Oh, man. Anyway. Yeah. Look, I just ran it again. Download fine, upload more than what you need for just a simple, we're going to talk about shit stream. Okay? All right? I don't know. You know what? I'm going to run some tests, maybe stream on a different channel or changed. I don't know why it would be the stream key. I don't know why it would be this channel. I don't know why. Okay. I didn't have these issues when I was streaming on Twitch. Okay. All right. But whatever. This is where we at. So, Mommy Judge brings up this post here. And we have this post. I have to watch it later on, like in the replay. Because it just, OBS just disconnects for a brief moment for some reason. And it can disconnect from YouTube for other reasons other than just internet. But I'm not sure what's going on there. Anyway. It goes, I'm a member of the jury on the case. Here are my thoughts on the trial of the subreddit. Now, they've come out and corrected this and said that it was a parody, that they're not actually a member of the jury, and that they didn't think this was going to actually catch on. Because you got to look at this and be like, especially if you know anything about this case, and kind of go, who would be on the justice for Darrell Brooks? Okay, who would be? Oh my God! Why is it every time I start talking, next thing you know, OBS just disconnects? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Are they pausing for the night? I don't think they're pausing for the night. I mean, they're gonna. The judge said they're still gonna go forth and continue on the deliberations. But because we have that video, we can play the rest of that. But maybe I can get through this without OBS just freaking out. I don't know what the hell is going on here, man. But like I said, they have since corrected this post. It said that it was just a parody. It's gone now. You can't find it. But it goes on to say, so to start with, I absolutely shouldn't be here. I'm not allowed to look stuff up about this trial or really have any connection with the internet. But nobody actually follows sequestration rules. Blah, blah, blah. This is how I know they're probably not even on the jury, because I wouldn't be surprised if they're not even allowed to have their phones back there. Okay, they're probably being watched. Because think about this. Are you going to tell me that the jury is not being watched when the judge herself is trying very hard to make sure that, like, I mean, she's given Darrell plenty of time, like plenty of attempts too, to do things. And like when okay, like I think everyone seems to be aware that they don't want to give him a way to say, oh, you're racist, oh, that wasn't fair. She explains things, dude. It's actually kind of painful, because when you watch the trial, it's kind of like I said, hearing a school teacher really explain to someone who's kind of special needs, someone who's really slow, is really not getting it over and over again. Where it's like, dude, are you retarded? Are you retarded? What's going on here? Maybe that could have been his defense, Your Honor. Maybe that seriously could have been his defense. Like, he didn't know there were people on the street because he's retarded. He's medically retarded and just thought they were bowling pins. It'd be stupid, but it's better than saying that he's not Darrell Brooks. Jesus, that's a fucking stupid thing to say. I don't even recognize the name. You mean the name on your fucking ID? All right. It goes on to say, first off, I think it's pretty obvious due to the chain of custody that the defendant is in fact Mr. Brooks. And he did do it. However, I've had throughout this trial doubts about various aspects of the case. Number one, the judge is clearly biased against Mr. Brooks. I got that feeling from when we were in the room, and my eyes have been open to how she acted towards him. When the jury was out of the room, clearly she's not an impartial judge. It has been trying to belittle and demean and bully and pull procedural tricks on him fairly. Okay, wait. What if this is a family member? What if this is someone who's like Darrell Brooks' family, who's like, I don't know, rooting for him? Maybe it's one of his boys. Maybe it's a friend on the outside who posted this to try to see if he could disrupt things. Because that's what Darrell Brooks' tactic is right now. That's what it's been from Jump Street, to disrupt. For what reason? Just to postpone. Postpone the inevitable. Or it could just be a prank. It's probably just a prank. I mean, what do you think? You think this is real? Because biased, she has let that guy have many chances. Darrell Brooks be like, oh, but he didn't let me send in evidence. Like, what Darrell wanted to send in as evidence is literally stuff he wrote on paper in there. It's not like, especially his closing statements, he wanted to put in evidence about his SUV having malfunctioning and he wasn't able to stop it, like, because that vehicle was actually recalled for that particular issue. No evidence based on that other than just what he wrote on paper. Okay, you're gonna take his word for it. Okay, that's not how evidence works. Anyway, Goes on to say, Mr. Brooks has clearly not been given chances to plead his case in court. He has been silenced, mocked at almost every turn. While he may be a bit loud or crass at times, I still believe his side deserves to be heard. Yeah, okay. I do have significant doubts about the subject matter jurisdiction. What? I didn't understand it when discussed in court because the defendant was repeatedly silenced, but I do understand now that thanks to the sub, and I agree that the subject matter jurisdiction is a great concern. Subject matter jurisdiction, I believe they're referring to the, who is the plaintiff, whether or not the court even has jurisdiction to try that case based on whether it's a Commonwealth court or whatever else. Nonsense that only like someone who's knowledgeable about sovereign citizen practices would know. So this right here is a troll post. It has to be 100%. Here, this video will go on and explain it some more.
Of the jury on the case, and here are my thoughts on the trial and on this subreddit. And apparently, again, it's a subreddit called Justice for Darrell. All those, Justice, the number 4, and Darrell, all, no spaces. I then had contact with Captain Dussault, advised him that this should be investigated, and basically turned over the matter to law enforcement for a full investigation. At this point, or at that point,
wait, hold on. Reach at 0 again. We're disconnected from YouTube. Oh, I am going. What do I have to do? What do I have to do here? Like, what's going on? Is the upload speed dipping every now and then? Like, what do? Like, I don't get it. You run speed tests, things look good, and every now and then there's an issue, a little issue. Do I need to have an Xfinity guy over here? Like, what do I have to do to get this to work right?
View of the information that I would not stop what was happening in terms of the trial with the instructions to the jury and ultimately the closing arguments, and then turning the case over to the jury for deliberations. And of course, I am concerned about the integrity of these proceedings, and I will take whatever action that I deem appropriate once a full investigation is done.
Oh, man, I hope Law and Crime doesn't hit me with a copyright strike, even though this isn't even their footage either. I mean, Jesus Christ. As I realized, oh, no, Law and Crime, make sure this commentary. We're not going to play the whole thing, but the gist of it is that, yeah. So someone posted that shit on a subreddit that was even taken down. The whole thing was taken down. And they're still proceeding. It was handed over to law enforcement and all that. And it would be a different judge. But Darrell Brooks acts surprised. That is kind of funny when he acts surprised. Let's get his response. He's like, Your Honor, what is this? As if, like, the way he responds makes me wonder if he knows what it is. Watch.
That the results of the investigation that be turned over to the parties.
Just found out about this morning?
Yes, the email that was sent to the clerk of court was received at
Really concerned. You just found about this morning?
9:10 a.m.
Like, his eyes are wide open, like, oh, this might be a chance. I might be able to do something about this. It's like, I hate this whole fucking thing. The guy clearly did it. He was in that vehicle. He ran over all those people, kids. He doesn't have any regard for fucking life, okay? All right? And he wants to sit there. He wants to sit there and play these fucking games. You know? It's like, I see this, and I'm just like, man, if someone were to go in there and just grab and beat the shit out of him, it would be justice. It'd be better justice than what's going on right here. Am I wrong there? Am I wrong? Jeez Louise.
And then that email and the attachment.
She does talk slow. Let's see if we can speed it up. Playback 1.5.
I'm aware of a second. I'm aware of a second email that was sent to our clerk of court at 10:02 a.m.
That's right. Get that cocaine. Get that cocaine in your system. Okay, reconnected. Okay.
The bench, following the case being given to the jury, I was advised that other emails had been received throughout the court system, and I simply said, obviously, that information needs to go to law enforcement. I haven't seen it, haven't reviewed it, but any person who works in the clerk of court's office who has received an email that email about this topic will be forwarded to the sheriff's department, their forensic unit.
She explains things very thoroughly, almost too much. It's kind of like, ma'am, I get it.
To me directly, but to the district attorney's office website, and I only wanted to point out that in viewing the contents of the posting, well, first of all the emails refer to the exact same posting, and the language is the exact same in all the postings. In viewing the content of the posting, we question the veracity of the posting because it refers to things that, quite frankly, are not true. And also, upon reviewing it, Your Honor, we came to the conclusion that it does not exhibit any material prejudice against Darrell Brooks that may affect the veracity of any verdict that may be returned in this case. The posting is...
So the prosecution's not worried about it because they look at it too. They're like, okay, yeah. Essentially, that's the short of it. Okay. All right. Now, let's talk about... Okay. Well, yesterday, I pissed off a bunch of... Man, we dropped the fucking connection again. I swear to God. What is this? What is going on here? What is going on here? Okay. Last night, we don't need this. We don't need this screen here. Last night, I pissed off a bunch of witches by speaking the truth. If you're a 35-year-old woman and you still believe in hocus pocus magic, you are an idiot. You're as much of an idiot as a grown-ass man who literally believes in like sci-fi, like here's what I'm saying. I look at modern witches as essentially role-playing Harry Potter in real life, just nonstop, and it's stupid. It's Fantasyland. It makes no sense. It's gobbledygook. It's bullshit. All right, it's a fake reality. Imagine a grown-ass man who believes the world around him is that of like the Sonic universe, which that exists, or that the world around him is literally that of like Pokemon or whatever. Like that's delusional. That's delusional. So anyway, now I'm gonna piss off Eckankar, which I don't think is really gonna upset a community. I really doubt it's gonna hit catch the. I don't know. I really doubt it's gonna strike a nerve. I will say Eckankar, that group does seem like they would be very litigious, I should say. What is Eckankar? Eckankar is a scam. Eckankar is a cult. I didn't know anything about Eckankar until it was actually I was like in my 20s. So almost 2 decades ago. Wow. All right. But Eckankar is a new wave religious movement. And it was started in 1965 by a scam artist, a con artist that called himself an author who only wrote stuff for Eckankar, who was a known plagiarist. He didn't just write things. He took stuff from other people, compiled it. In fact, that's what they call them. They're like... The defense about him being a plagiarizer was people saying, "Oh, he's a compiler. He will take things from others and compile them." That's cute. That's real cute. The guy's name is Paul Twitchell. It is a movement where the name is essential in that the name. Like a lot of movements, like in this particular case, Eckankar is referring to the meaning is a coworker with God, a coworker with God. So if you are a practicer of Eckankar, if you're one of the members, you are essentially a coworker with God. Except God is who exactly? Like, are we talking about like the Christian God? What's going on here? Especially when the God figure, the leader, known as the living Ek Master, is a person, kind of like a pope, It all channels through one person. You know, they have their little rituals about who it is. Okay. Clearly, it's a con. I'm sorry. Not sorry. If you see somebody who he's dressed up like it doesn't matter how he's dressed. If someone tells you that they can talk to God and that they know the way and that you need to follow their practice, you need to follow what they say, you're being duped. You are being absolutely duped. 100%. If they want to say they're God, oh, that is a tall order. That is a hard sell. You would have convinced me that you could talk to God. You better have that motherfucker on speed dial. Okay, you better be able to call him up. We better be able to talk to him because I'm not buying any of that shit. I'm not. It's the other thing I say is the Eckankar headquarters was where, like, if I were to tell you that a church started in Las Vegas, would you think it is a I don't know, a religion worth any merit? A church that actually has any sort of integrity? It started in fucking Las Vegas, in Sin City. What? The headquarters was initially Las Vegas. It was only moved in Minneapolis by I think the current leader. I think he still is the current leader, Harold Klimp. Harold Klimp is his name. It's weird. It's weird shit. Eckankar. When I first heard about it, it was, like I said, almost 2 decades ago, and it was through this girl I met at a club. This girl, I mean, I don't want to tell you too much information. That's kind of gross stuff, right? All I'll say is that it was very, things moved very fast with that girl, very fast, so fast that, well, I shouldn't say, right? Things move very fast, and next thing I know, she's telling about this Eckankar stuff. I'm like, okay. I mean, my finger was already in you on the dance floor, and we were already doing things. What's this Eckankar stuff? I was thinking, what do I need to entertain to further see what happens here? Because I'm kind of curious. What is this Eckankar stuff? And she explained it to me. I was like, what? She explained it as the true religion, the right religion. It is a connection with God, a connection with a life force. It's like it combines like Hindu with some elements of Christianity, but not a whole lot. Okay. The church she took me to, when I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, this is a scam from Jump Street. It wasn't its own building. The church was in a strip mall, was in a strip center. Okay, it was retail space that was rented out by this cult, by this Eckankar group. Okay, and the pamphlets would have like these different like saints or different prophets or whatever, but they looked like they were drawn by a child. Looked like they were drawn by a child using crayon and pencil, color pencil, except for one image, which is that of Harold Klimp. That was his actual photo. It looked dropping in frames. I'm waiting for it to get stable again. Already stable? Okay. I mean, Imagine looking in the Holy Bible and they have like illustrations, and not just illustrations, but illustrations that don't look dated. They don't look like they come from a long period of time. No, they look like they were literally just drawn like the prior morning, maybe the morning of actually. And then there's just a photo of Jesus or a photo of whatever. Okay, it doesn't look right. It doesn't look convincing, especially when they're trying to tell me. I guess they already told the others, trying to convince them that the religion has a lot of depth to it. Has a lot of history to it. It's like, what are you talking about? This wasn't a thing until like the 1960s. This wasn't a thing until a failed author found a way to scam people. What does failed authors find a way to scam people like Ron R. Hubbard? That's where you make money. All right. If you can't make it as an author, form a cult. Start a cult. Well, let's listen to Howard. Let's listen to Howard explain. I'll put this on the screen here. This is Howard Klemp talking about ways of spiritual dreaming. See, of course, like some chicks just eat this shit up. Spiritual dreaming? Oh, man. The sort of chick that eats this shit up, they probably have crystals. They probably believe they hold spirits. I think they call them spirit crystals. Like, when I heard someone... These things are called spirit crystals. They do exist. They shouldn't exist. The first time I heard about a spirit crystal was, I think it was Skyrim or something. I don't know. It was one of those games. When I found that those are real things, I was like, wow. We have really lost the plot, haven't we, guys? Ladies, what are y'all doing? Anyway, let's listen to this.
When you finish the day and you go to bed to get some rest, the human or the physical body sleeps. But you, as soul, as everybody else who goes to sleep, soul leaves the human body.
Pause right there. This is the same shit that chick I dated long ago would tell me. Back in the day when you'd be on the phone, not texting to each other, but actually be on the phone. Man, I'm old. I'm realizing how old I am. On the phone. And she'd tell me this stuff at night. Okay? All right. She'd tell me some other things, too. It got really heated. That was the only reason why I stayed on the phone. Because it's kind of like, hey, I mean, what are you doing? I mean, hey, you know? But she would say that when we dream, our spirits come out of our body and travel. It's like, oh, wow. That's weird. So, like, I just go to sleep and I just can be anywhere? Like, where am I going? How do I know where I'm going? What am I seeing? Oh, it's in your dreams. In my dreams, I was swimming in money. That's not reality. In my dreams, I was swimming in chocolate. That's not reality. In my dreams, I was flying around. Like, literally flying. Like what? I'm not traveling. Shit.
And goes out in the other worlds.
I mean, imagine that. Imagine all the stuff you dream about. And then somebody telling you, that's actually another world that you encountered. That's actually a reality that you saw. That's just another dimension. And they're telling you that with a straight face. Like, what are you talking about, dude? Like, you sound insane.
And takes up life there and continues life there, I must say. Because we measure everything here on earth by the waking and the sleeping state of the human body. Therefore, we assume that when we go...
Measure everything on earth by the waking and sleeping of the human body? Measure everything on earth by that? I mean, that's already false. I mean, you don't measure everything based on that. What do you... You don't measure even a day based on that. What are you talking about? You measure everything based on the waking and sleeping of the human body. No. Like what? Like time? Like time is measured based on the position of position of the sun, position of the moon. I mean, if you think the world's flat, well, then that's might be difficult for you. You might think that the Earth is stationary. These things are moving on a I don't know, some sort of like fucking stage thing. I don't know. Some sort of contraption up there. But for sane people, rational people, who understand that the world is actually hollow. Well, it actually kind of is, huh? I'm getting into the weeds here. I'm explaining this way too much. We're getting too deep into this. It's so stupid. We measure everything based on the waking and sleeping and waking of the human body. What are you talking about? What do we even measure based on that? What's one thing that you measure based on the wake and sleep of the human, the circadian rhythm? I couldn't tell you.
Go to sleep. We're just starting a dream or we end a dream, but actually it's tapping in to the expanded awareness of soul as it is existing, as we are existing on inner planes, simultaneous with existence on the earth. A little hard to understand, but then again,
it is very hard to understand because it doesn't make any sense. What are you talking about? This is like if Inception was a religion. You go to dreams. You're walking in dreamland. But how do you know where you are? Oh, that's right. They would say what they see visually in their dreams. And what would happen is, I remember being in that room, they would all kind of like parrot off of one another. Well, some person would lead and the other person would say something, and they're all they just kind of go along with it. They go along with it. And they go along with it no matter what happens. And I mean that. I mean that. I mean, dreams are fucking crazy at times, right? Have you had some fucking wild dreams? It's kind of, I think it's kind of stupid and pointless to talk about dreams. Okay? I don't see much use in that. I really don't see much utility in that. But I'm sure you had some wild dreams. I'm sure maybe you had some homicidal dreams. Maybe you had dreams where you're eating eyeballs or drinking blood. Maybe you had some dreams where, I don't know, man. Who knows what you're doing? But do you want to say what we're doing? But imagine bringing that up in one of those meetings with these cults. Like, what do you see in your dream? Well, I'm in a desert. All right, anyone else see anything? Yeah, I'm in a desert too. And I'm about to rape the other guy. You know, be like, whoa, what the? No, they wouldn't do that. They'd be like, oh, why do you feel that way? Why do you think that way? I don't know. I can't stop it. My dream self just really wants to rape John. He just looks so good. I'm sorry, John. I'm just gonna I can't stop it. Because imagine that, right? But that shit could fucking happen in these fucking dream circles, these dream spheres. I mean, it's absurd. It sounds stupid. But is it any dumber than someone saying that they're possessed by a demon or anything like that? I don't know. Oh, shit. Anyway, let's continue some more.
and soul is not a 2 or 3 dimensional being. Soul is multidimensional because it shares all the aspects of God, and that it can be everywhere at all times and all places.
Why do people believe anything this motherfucker says? Like look at the suit and the way he talks. It's like con artist. If you take his word and you give him money, I have some stuff to sell to you. I have on hand magical dirt. This dirt was touched by God. And if you have it, you get closer to God. Okay? In fact, you actually get an in and greater chances. to go into heaven. But, maybe you're not worried about that. The apocalypse is coming, maybe soon. You're going to need some dirt to grow some crops. You're going to need some God dirt, okay? I have the God dirt. I could sell you the God dirt. It is, I can't tell you the price right now, but you're going to email me. I could sell you some God dirt.
Places at the same time. This is that part that you are. Now all that remain your dreams to get an idea of who and what you are as soul. Because you will have
Okay, we're back. So let's go back to what he says real fast.
who and what you are as soul. Because you'll see things, you'll gain wisdom. Sometimes you go to temples of golden wisdom where some of the Ek Masters will be teaching you in the dream state, and they'll be giving you spiritual exercises.
Spiritual exercises, meditation, traveling dreamscapes. These are things that's fucking dumb people believe in. I'm sorry. If you believe in this, sorry, not sorry, but you believe in this, you are dumb. There's no other way around it. You're naive. You're gullible. You want me to water it down? No, you are dumb. You are flat out fucking stupid if you believe in this shit. It doesn't make any fucking sense. The guy is a con artist. If examining your dreams, staying in your dream state isn't going to enhance your life at all. In fact, you're wasting away. You're wasting away just in that fucking state, okay? When you could be doing something productive with your time. Anything. Working for a fucking paycheck would be better than fucking, traveling this dream state with this fucking con artist. Jeez. Anyway, that's Eckankar. I wanted to talk about that a little bit. There was this other channel I saw, Queen of Spade. Kind of like her stuff when she talked about Eckankar. And it reminded me of that chick. It was a fling. But when she showed me her religion, dude, that was it. Oh, wait. There's another. There was this other girl I dated too. She was into some weird shit. Oh, man. But I can't think of that fucking religion. I can't think. It's one of those fucking New Age cults. And it's not Eckankar. We can talk about that next time. Oh, man. There's one here. My area. I'll try to find it. I couldn't. I want to say something like temple or lighthouse or something. I don't remember what it was. It was like a spiritual thing. It was really dumb. It was really fucking stupid. Look, man, if you have spiritual beliefs, I don't necessarily have a problem with that. If you are being led by somebody who is profiting off of you, that's when it's like, dude, you are obviously being conned. Okay? If you want to go out in the woods and get in touch with nature and meditate and maybe have some sort of, maybe you feel like there's a vibe there, maybe you feel something, that's between you and I guess that's you. It's really just between you and that's it. I mean, your thoughts are you. So that's just you, okay? But if you are needing some guy in a business suit, literally wearing a business suit, who's in the business of walking, doing these spiritual journeys, you are being conned. Flat out fucking conned. And do better. Don't be that gullible. Don't be that stupid. Come on now. Anyway, I can't help you with a lot of things, but I can help you with that. Anyway, think we're going to. Yeah, I think we're about done. All right.